Very good afternoon to all of you. So today we'll continue the IP security. Previously, we have seen two different types of modes are there on IP security. One is transmission mode, and second one is tunnel mode. How transmission mode can be transmit the data using payloads transmission, I mean transport layer payload and the network layer payload, how those things will be gets operated. We have seen in the previous class. Today, I'd like to continue in continuation with that. We'd like to continue for the IP security architecture. What are the components which are involved in this particular architecture? Let us see. So this IP security architecture was included two different kinds of protocols. Protocol number one is ESP protocol. Second one is AH protocol. Okay, and these two protocols will be collectively implemented while any data will be transmitted from one host to router to router, or so host to host. However, whatever the transmission which could be happen, so either it is end-to-end transmission or host-to-host transmission, how the data will be so done here, that could be done. So ESP is responsible for all kinds of encryption algorithms. I mean, all encryption algorithms will be resided in ESP protocol. So far we have learned so many number of encryption algorithms. So which algorithm you are trying to use to encrypt your data while transmit the data from one sender to or server to client or client to server. However, so the data will be transmitted. So the encryption algorithm which is being gets operated on the data will be responsible within the ESP protocol, and the AH protocol will be gives you authentication. While before going to send the data, you have to authenticate that the data will be so accepted by the receiver or not. So all authentication with integrity. So AH protocol will be implemented here. However, these two will be, ESP protocol and AH protocol will be so under one control. The control is called as a domain of interpretation control. Okay, so during domain of interpretation control, we need to have one particular so key management kind of algorithm. We have learned already. Kerberos has learned by us in the previous sessions. So using Kerberos or using other key management schemes, the key will be transmitted from to sender to receiver, otherwise client to server or server to client, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is complete architecture of so this IPsec or IP security architecture. It was implemented by using two different types of kinds of protocols. One is ESP protocol. Let me give you so what is this ESP in detail after some time. So AH protocol. AH protocol is completely responsible for taking authentication. So authentication could be taken. So in terms of so, integrity also be included in this particular authentication here. And then ESP protocol will be responsible for encryption algorithms. What kind of encryption you are supposed to use while transmit the data over the IP security kind of issue. It could be so responsible for this. And ESP and the AH protocol will be working under so domain of interpretation kind of service. And this domain interpretation kind of service will be also use the services of key management. So different key management technologies or key management algorithms are there. So services are there. They can be used so by this IPsec here. So this IPsec will be used one more extra parameter here, that is security association. So this security association is, using security association, IP security will be implemented. IP security will be implemented just by using security association. What do you mean by security association? What exactly this could be? So this security association is a simplex, otherwise a half duplex kind of a channel, which could be provides the logical connection between server and the client, probably two computers, two autonomous computers. So the computers might be anything, so either it is server or client or client or client or server, however, whatever it may be. So it is a half duplex channel which is being provide logical connection between two autonomous computers. Okay, and this security association will be always used to so used for the agreement between those two systems or those two people who are communicating via internet. They are supposed to they are supposed to agree on one particular issue. So that issue is key transferring from server to client or client to server and vice versa way. So that could be taken. I mean, agreement will be done between them. Okay. So after agreement will be gets over, then data transmission could be takes place. If two devices are being communicating here, so we do have two different types of security associations could be there. One security association will be one security association will be inbound packets will be managed by one security association because already we have said that this particular thing is half duplex in the sense. So it is only sorry not half duplex simplex a kind of communication channel here. Simplex in the sense once one particular person is talking to you or sending data to you, obviously second person could not be perform any other operation, so he must be always quiet while transmission will be done by one particular person. So after completion of first person's transmission, then second person transmission will be get started. In such a way, the security association could be there. So based on that, it could be done here. If two for example, device A and device B will be in communication using IP security, then what exactly it could be done here in the sense, it could be looking forward for outbound packets in the sense the packets which are being sent by you, the packets are which are sent by you to the receiver, and similarly inbound packets, two different types of communicative packets will be there at network layer. So outbound packets, one security association will be gets created, and another security association will be gets created for inbound packets also. Both could not be worked at the same time. So if outbound packet is being working in the sense, inbound packet listening of inbound packet will be gets off when inbound packets will be there with you in the sense, outbound packets will be gets off because it is a simplex channel which is being transmitted to the data. And during transmission of data, so what exactly the security association is concentrated on? There are three different types of parameters which are being considered here. Parameter number one, security parameter index. The security parameter index is always trying to get the which device is being communicated first and which device is being communicated next. Such kind of information will be there with security the parameter index. And second one is IP destination address. If for example, S and the server and the client are being communicate with each other. For example, server will be initiates with security association. Then this server must be know the address IP address of a client here. That IP address must be mentioned as a parameter in security association. Okay, and then IPsec protocol identification. IPsec protocol identification in the sense there are two protocols which we have to implement using IP security. So number one will be the authentication header, otherwise AH, and second one is ESP or encapsulation data security payload. Either of these two will be gets implemented on which you are trying to communicate with each other. Okay, I mean server and client will be communicated each other by using which protocol in IPsec. So that protocol identification name also be included with this particular thing here, with this particular security association. Not only these parameters, we do have many number of parameters. all those parameters are supposed to be stored into a particular database. All those yeah, all those parameters are supposed to stored into in a particular database. The database is called as SAD, which is called as Security Association Database. In addition to these three parameters, Security Association Database will also maintain as many number of parameters here. So first one is SPI, Security Parameter Index. Second one is sequence number, sequence number counter. For example, sequence number will be utilized for one particular purpose here. Bandwidth of server will be, for example, 1 MB, for example, 1 Mbps. So 1 Mbps and bandwidth of this client will be, for example, 256 so kbps, for example. So if this is the situation where exactly we are trying to consider, then server could be able to push 1 MB at the same time at one particular time, but client could not be receives so 1 MB at the same time. So therefore, 1 MB will be divided into the number of pieces. Each piece might be maintained one particular sequence number, so that the client will be receives in that particular order and they will be arranged. Then it could be make the complete packet which is sent by the server. Okay, in such a way, we need to have some sequence number here. That sequence number counter will be so also one of the parameters, and the sequence number overflow in the sense, for example, this is 1 Mbps, and the bandwidth of this particular what do you call it, client will be 256 kbps in the sense. So you are expected to prepare, so for every packet of the server, you are expected to prepare four, or you are expected to slice into four different packets. Okay, so your total number of sequence numbers for each and every packet which is being generated by the server must be four only. More than four, it could not be taken into consideration. Okay, server has been prepared one particular packet. Let me give you very much clarity. Server has been prepared one particular packet, something like this. This packet size will be 1 MB. Okay, this packet size will be 1 MB per second. But so client cannot be receives this 1 MB packet at the same time. So if it is directly sent to client, in the sense she will be receives only 256 bytes, kilobytes, and remaining thing will be automatically lost by that connection. So therefore, what server can be do? So based on the size of the bandwidth which is allocated for this client, it has been divided into so four partitions. So this is sequence number one, sequence number two, sequence number three, and sequence number four, which will be having 256 kilobytes in the length. Okay, it's also 256, it's also 256, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for 256 will be equal to 1 MB. Now, how many number of one packet of server will be break down into how many number of pieces? Four pieces. This will be mentioned by this particular parameter, sequence number overflow. Exactly, each packet of server must be break down into four pieces as per the example I have given. Okay, so therefore sequence number overflow might be taken into consideration, something like this. After four, so obviously sequence number overflow will be gets expired. Then it will be wait for some time and prepare one more new packet by server, and that packet will be again starts to make into slices with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will be wait for some time. One more packet will be gets prepared, and so on and so forth. In this way, it is going to communicate with the client here for identifying how many number of pieces will be made by each packet of the server which is having huge bandwidth. So for that particular reason, sequence number is being maintained. And anti-reply window. Anti-reply in the sense, so as and when a window in the sense, you please understand. So here, what do you mean by window? Window in the sense, size of the bandwidth. The size of the bandwidth will be called as window. Normally in networks or communication channels, window does means that the size of the bandwidth which is being processed by either side will be called as a window here. Based on the window size, obviously the packets are going to be break down into slices. Okay. Anti-reply in the sense, after reaching So complete packet, it will be immediately give acknowledgement to the server. For example, server to have yes, one more packet you have to send to something like that. So that is the information which is being sent by this anti-replay vector. And the AH information in the sense, so actually AH will be always used to identify authentication with integrity. So what kind of authentication services which are being used, that could be mentioned here. ESP information in the sense, ESP is basically so implemented for security. So whatever the encrypted algorithms you are supposed to use, those algorithms information will be there with you. So which algorithm you are using for communication, and lifetime of SA. For example, each and every security association does have some time. So if the time will be expired, the timestamp will be expired. So again, security association must be established between server and client one more time. Simply speaking, lifetime of SCA will be a session. Okay, it could be a particular session here. And the IPsec protocol modes. So modes in the sense already we have discussed. Two modes are there here. One is the transmission mode, and second one is tunnel mode. Okay, so in which mode the data is being transmitted in SA Security Association connection. So all these parameters are supposed to be maintained in a database. The database is called as SADB or SAD. So Security Association Database. Okay, in this way, so Security Association will be so make available while IPsec is being transmitted data between the server and client, or client and client, or the so router and router, however, whatever it may be. Okay, so these are the parameters. Then followed by so encapsulation security payload. Actually, it is not the yeah. What are the points which we have to associate it with the encapsulation security payload here? It is implemented with authentication, without authentication. ESP with optional authentication, ESP with authentication. Okay, without authentication in the sense you could not authorize what kind of data you are supposed to. Authentication is not required while we are trying to send some kind of data. ESP with authentication in the sense, yes, authorization must be required while sending data. I mean, before transmit, I mean, transfer the money, so you are always required to have. Uh, Required to have OTP. If you are select that particular option, every time OTP will be come to you. If you are not supposed to select OTP, it will not be so required to transfer money here. Of course, nowadays everything will be on OTP basis only. So two different types of cases are there here on ESP, and authentication service. Sorry, authentication header. This header could also be implemented by using authentication along with integrity. Okay, whether integrity will be required or not. If it is required, authentication could be done with integrity also. So hereafter we would like to concentrate on this area and this area and this area. Okay, for this point I'd like to give the header, authentication header protocol, how the frame format of authentication header protocol here. So it could be seems, so the length of this particular packet format will be, frame format will be 32 bits. How these 32 bits will be arranged here. So next header in the sense, actually next packet. Header in the sense, it is the next packet. And what is the length of the packet? I mean, how many number of bytes you are trying to send with a particular packet? Of course, some kind of result thing here. And the security parameter index, which security parameter index you are trying to send, and what is the sequence number. So if this particular packet will be, as I said just before, while discussing SA, as I said, so the bandwidth of the server and the bandwidth of this client will be same. There is no problem. Sequence number is always one only. If this is 1 Mbps and if this is 256 so kilobytes KB, then obviously what we have to do, So this whatever the packet which is being generated by this particular server will be break down into or will be made into four pieces. First packet might be one, second packet might be two, three, and so on. So like that, it is going to give some sequence number. And are there any integrity checksums to be maintained at the end of the packet? So it could be used to check that whether you have sent a proper sequence number with proper data or not. By using this particular so checksum, you have to check it out. Okay. So in this way, it is being taken into consideration. Tomorrow, we'd like to go in detail about AH first, followed by ESP. First AH and then followed by ESP. How these two things will be gets implemented. Here I have given only the frame format only. So we would like to go in detail what are the actual components of AH while transmitting the data from server to client or client to server or router to router, however. And ESP also how authentication will be implemented with optional or with authentication. How these two things will be. Tomorrow we will go in detail of these three.